I have started to record this session. We had a revision, no questions for things that we have discussed last week. So let's get started with a case study. I will give you a case study. I will give you 2 to 3 minutes or take 5 minutes to try and come up with answer. Obviously, we will have answer. We will discuss answer, but I want you to spend some time and come up with a answer. So, our case study, we work for myshoes.com. Our CTO comes to us, or in this case, let's say CMO comes to us, and he explains there is an agency that works for your company, and job of agency is to bring traffic to website, but not through all or any channels, through social display channels, or let's add one more, and SEO. Social display and SEO is what their job is. Their 12-month contract is expired. Should I renew their contract? Yes, no. Do they deserve any bonus? So these are the questions that your CMO has asked you. Please spare some time on this. The question is on your screen. Let me know what will be your approach. Okay, Pooja says renewal will depend upon their performance so far. Santosh says if they are getting good relevant amount of traffic from traffic, then yes, extend. If they have done their job in getting huge amount of traffic that is relevant and good, okay, then give bonus. Okay, Ravi says it needs to be checked how many of them converted. Okay, good. What about others? Okay, Pooja says we can keep bonus if they bring us more traffic than was targeted. Kishashi says based on their performance on social and SEO, decision can be recommended. Display can be only considered to the extent depending on spending capacity of the company. Okay, so let us now see what we will do. to take similar decision. Everyone is clear with the question, right? No one has question like I have not understood this question, what is asked here, etc. Okay, so I'm just logging into Google Analytics and let us see what we can get out of Google Analytics so that we can answer this question from our CMO. Since this question is asked to us by higher management, or in every case rather, we should rely on data. We should rely on data points and we should rely on data that we can trust. Don't rely on your intuitions, don't rely on your past experience, but look at the data. And when you have the data with you, you will be able to take a call. So, the question that's being asked to us is if the agency did well. So, what is the agency's job? Agency's job was to bring traffic to website and especially through only specific criteria. And those criterias or channels were social, display, and SEO activities. Now, where do you find how many people are coming through SEO, how many through display, and how many through social? So, this is my Google Analytics. I'm in Google Merchandising Stores account. What I will do, I will go to a report called as acquisition. So today we are going to look at all the reporting stuff in Google Analytics. So I want to give you a small intro to Google Analytics interface with the help of a case study. So let's do a case study. We'll then understand few concepts and then jump on to a reporting part. So question was very specific. Three channels: social, display, and organic search. I hope all of you remember what is organic search, what is social, referral, display, etc. Right? Anyone who don't remember what is organic search? Okay, good. So this is the place. I went into a report called as acquisition, and under that I have a report called as all traffic channels. So this report helps me in understanding channels using which people are coming to my website. I can see numbers, and with these numbers I'm going to take a call. So organic search 7376, that is 43%, social 18%, and display 0.83% of contribution. Now will I be able to take a call like what's the contribution of this agency in my website and if they are doing good or bad? Will I be able to take a call now? Okay, Ravi says yes. What about others? Let's be fast. Okay, everyone said yes, but my answer would be no. Why? Because the agency's contract for 12 months is expired. So we need to ensure that we are looking at a data for 12 months. Okay, so here if you see the date range selected is from April 27 to May 3. Is this a sufficient set of data that we can use to evaluate agency's performance? Yes. So now let us switch it back. Let us change it to April 1, 2017 to April 1, 2018. I'm going to click on apply now. Now, report got updated. On the top, you have a graph that gives you a visual representation of all the traffic that you receive to your website. Below is a breakdown between the channels: organic search, social, and display. This is what I am interested in too. So what I can do, I can plot the lines also on the graph. So let's see what was the performance of organic search. I will do a check mark here. Report will update itself. Then I will do a check mark on social. I will do a check mark on display. But display being very low in numbers, probably it will not reflect. So I'm going to click on plot rows. Now you will see the channels that I selected. They are also appearing in my visual representation along with the main blue line. Now I have changed date range. I have updated number for a year, plus I have updated graph just for my visual understanding. Will this data be sufficient for us to take a call? Simple yes no question, guys. Will this data be now sufficient? No. Orange line, look here. It will give you, it will answer your question. What is the color code? Users, organic search, social, and display. Okay, Pooja says yes. Then what about others? Okay, I'm just going to remove the plotting. Just remember, there are few reports in which you can plot the lines on the graph. This is how you can plot them. Select the dimension and plot it by clicking the plot row button. No, there was no row, no orange. It was, sorry, no red. It was orange only, Santosh. Okay, coming back to my question. Is this data now sufficient for us to take a call? Swati has said yes. Santosh, what's your answer? Sorry, Pooja said yes. Nishta, Sunitha, Ravi. Okay, you guys are saying yes. I have data from April 1, 2017 to April 1, 2018, and this is the performance of agency. They bought 47% of my website traffic, and all of the organic, that is SEO, was their responsibility, which contributed to 47% of my website traffic. Social was 15.71, and then the display 3.41. So let's say 45, 50, 60, and 65. Close to 65% of my website traffic is being is due to the agency, or agency is responsible for this 65 percentage of my website traffic. But now if I have to evaluate, like, what's the agency's contribution for last 1 year, don't you think so it is important for us to understand how was my website doing when this agency was not there? What if last year, before the agency was hired, the organic search was 5 lakh and now it is 3 lakh 88,000? Is that a good work? So what I have to do is I will have to compare the performance between the last year where agency was hired and a year before that. So I go to date range selector. There is a date range that we have selected and another option called as compare to. I will choose previous period. So the previous period is May 31, 2016 to March 31, 2017. I will click on apply. Now the comparison will happen. Now let's see what are the results after the comparison. Yes, Nishta, for sure. Now, results on your screen. You will see the performance from April 1, 2017 to April 1, 2018 in blue color, while you can see performance from March 31 to March 31, 2017, a performance range of 2016 to 17 in orange line. Just visual representation. Numbers below. All your questions, Nishtha, answered on this screen. So now let's go and see the report. Organic search. This year, when the agency had a contract, 3,80,000 people came to my website through organic search. Before that, the number was 2,75,000. There is a change of 37%. That's a good performance, right? An upward movement by 37%. Now I just don't want to see the users coming to my website. I don't want unnecessary users coming to my website. Users who are not interested in the products that I am selling. So what is the next criteria? Of course, I will check all criteria, but the most important criteria is the number of orders placed and the revenue that I have generated. So revenue when the agency was not there through SEO is $4,61,000, while for the period when agency was hired it is $5,35,000. So the revenue went up by 15%. So traffic has gone up and revenue has also gone up. Very good. Now, next thing or next channel that we want to compare, social. Now, social, look at the numbers now. This is interesting. April 1, 2017 to April 1, 2018, 1,27,000. And before that, 3,57,000. That means traffic declined by more than 64%. Social media or the users from social were at 41%. They came down to 15%. Very bad performance when it comes to bringing users to website. But now if I look at the revenue numbers, when agency was not there, the social media contribution was 17,000. But when after the agency was hired, the number of users coming from social media went down by 64%, whereas the revenue went up by 27%, and revenue is at $22,000. This is good, right? The number of users went down, but the revenue went up. That means targeted users are now being brought to the website. Unnecessary traffic is avoided. That means agency did a good job. Now let's move to the next required channel, which is display. Now display 31,000 versus 4,000, an upward movement by 584%. Huge difference. But now look at the numbers. When the agency was not there, only 4,658 users came to website and they contributed a revenue of $43,000. While when the agency was hired, $26,000 was contributed, but traffic went up by 584%. So traffic up by 584% and revenue down by 40%. Numbers are not in sync or proportionate. So these are our observations. So overall, yes, good. Agency did a good job when it came to SEO and social, but improvement is required for display campaigns. Maybe we should focus on more targeted users and increase the revenue, increase the ROI for users coming through display campaigns. Now guys, tell me, will you renew this agency's contract? Okay, Santosh says a display, don't give them, give only organic and social. Okay, so now we are in a position where we can give necessary recommendations and suggestions to our CMO because we are enabled with data. Correct? Good guys. Any questions with the hypothetical situation that we took? CMO asking question to us. Any doubt on that? Or if I can proceed further, I want to read yes or no to this question. Okay, how to do the comparison was the question. Don't worry, we are going to revisit this report again and I'm going to discuss about the date range. I will ensure that I cover the comparison part again at that time. So in the interest of time, let's move on. The next thing that I want to discuss here. Last time we discussed what is view. We have discussed views, and now what is that we are going to discuss? Goals and events. This is what we are going to discuss. Santosh, everything should be taken into consideration, but we don't have a whole day, so we will consider only two important factors. Maybe if this is your full-time job, you may want to spend 2 days on this, not just 1 hour. Correct? Good. So now what we want to discuss is goals and events. What is a goal? What is a goal? General term. Tell me general term. Every one of us knows like, hey, I have a goal in my life. I have a goal to achieve in this week. Okay, what you want to achieve separately, a particular action you would like to user to take. Okay, a desire that we aim to achieve, like thank you page track. Okay, a desired result, an intended result we wish to achieve, objective. Then Santosh gives an example. My goal is to get visits to my blog. Okay, goals are nothing but objectives that you wish to achieve on your website or blog. So I will give you some examples for ease of understanding. Like purchase. Can purchase be a goal on your website? Do you want users to make purchase on your website? Correct. Purchase. Then we have, of course, if I am a freelancer, I want people to contact me by submitting the form. So contact. If I am a blogger, I want people to comment on my blog. Blog comment. So any specific action that you would like to track or any specific action that you would like user to take on your website, we can call it as a goal and track it. So Santosh, a user coming to my website and visiting, I won't term this as a goal. Goal will be a website. I publish the blog post, then a person visits my website and he then subscribes to my newsletter. This can be my goal, or KPIs, what we call. KPI is key performance indicators. This can be like click on ads, because I am a blogger. If someone clicks on advertisement, of course I will get paid for it. So whatever ad banners I put, I can ensure that whenever someone clicks on it, I am counting it. So these are goals. Similar to our general life, we are just relating it to our website, the things that we want our users to do on our website. So Google Analytics allows us to track the goals. So say for example, I create a goal and that goal is for contact us form. If someone fills the form, goal is completed. Now how will I know if the form is filled? User comes to my form. Yes, this is a conversion. And when he comes to my form and he fills the detail, submits the form. User is now redirected to thankyou.html. It happens to all of us, right? How many of you have seen what is the email subscription form on other websites? Like if I have to open digital Dinesh or digital Santosh, sorry. Here you see a box, right? Get more stuff. Subscribe to our mailing list. Get interesting stuff updates to your inbox. Enter your email address here and sign up now. Now there is this website howtogeek.com. You also see get the HTG newsletter, join 1 lakh plus other subscribers. So I'm going to enter my email address here, or let's see what happens on our own Santosh website. I click on sign up now. Thank you for subscribing. We respect your privacy and take protecting it seriously. So I am directly subscribed here and thank you message is displayed on screen. Now let me go here and subscribe. It says thank you for subscribing. You will get your first email soon. That is upon successful sign up. What happened? I got redirected to another page and the URL is /em/message/6. So I can safely say if someone visits this URL or if someone lands on this URL, I can assume a newsletter subscription happened successfully. MailChimp can give you similar reports, but you would like to see the reports in Google Analytics for better tracking of your web users activity. Sorry, so now let's create a goal, or let's just hypothetically understand how this goal tracking will happen. We will first understand all of the goals and then jump on to the creation one. When user comes to my my website, and he then fills the form. We just did that for how to geek. We clicked on submit and then we got redirected to a thank you page, and this is the URL of that thank you page. Now there is no place on my website where I have provided a link to this page. No user on my website can click somewhere and visit this page. So if some user is on this page, I can safely assume that newsletter subscription is completed and I can trigger a goal. So I will create a goal of the type. What will be the type of goal? URL, landing destination, now you will better be able to understand. I think let me first explain you this and then take an example. There are three types of goals in Google Analytics that you can create. The first one is pages, the second one is events, and the third one is engagement. So pages means the example that I took. If someone is on a particular page, if someone is on a particular landing page on my website, I will trigger an goal, or I will trigger a goal. Now, events, activities like downloading, video view, link click, interaction with any particular media file, these are events on my website. I'm going to share a detailed link with you that talks about event tracking. You can start with event tracking, and whenever a particular event is triggered, you can create a, or you can set a goal out of it. The next one is engagement. As the name suggests, when user engages into with your website and spent some amount of time on site, I can create a goal out of it. So say for example, I am a blogger and I want to ensure that people are reading a lot of material on my website. That means, of course, what I want is people should be spending a lot of time on my website. Say, for example, more than 5 minutes. My content is so engaging that people must spend more than 5 minutes on my website. So, how do I track that? I will create a goal. If someone is on my site for more than 5 minutes, trigger goal number one. and at the end of the month or at the end of the week I will get a report that okay, on Monday I had 500 goal conversions, Tuesday 505, Wednesday 600, Thursday 750, Friday 450, Saturday 300, Sunday 222. So what do I understand from this report? What is your understanding by this report? Thursday has the highest, correct. So Monday to Friday or Monday to Thursday, traffic keeps on increasing. Now here, this is a goal report. This is not just traffic. These are the users who have spent more than 5 minutes on my website. The trend from Monday to Thursday, it goes up. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it goes down. Correct. Now, because of this report, I am able to understand how many people are spending more than 5 minutes on my website. This type of goal is called as engagement goal, and the type is time on site. I have another one which is number of pages visited. If someone visits more than 5 pages in single visit, fire a goal. Yes, of course, Santosh, comments can be engagement, but here we have only two types of goals that we can track under category engagement: time on site, and number of pages visited. So if we want to track comment, we will trigger an event when someone submits a comment and then associate it with a goal. Good. So if someone visits more than 5 pages, if someone visits more than 10 pages, I'm going to create a goal and start measuring it. So these are the three different types of goals: pages, events, and engagement. We have taken example of pages in detail. I show you example also. Now, what we want to do, let us assume that when someone subscribes to our website, he gets redirected to page called as thankyou.html. Now, I'm going to create a goal, uh, newsletter subscription, successful newsletter subscription. And what criteria I'm going to give? If someone is on thankyou.html, then please trigger this event. Should we do it? Good. Now, how to do that? Of course, if you want to do something in Google Analytics, we have to ensure we are in admin section. I will go to admin section. Correct, Santosh. When I'm in admin section, I will have to ensure I'm in property where I have admin access. So I went to my account where I have admin access. I will have to ensure the property, that is the website for which I am creating the goal for. Now, do you see goal option here? Goals. I'm going to click on goals. So first, admin. Ensure you are in right account, right property, and right view, and under view you see something called as goals. I'm going to click on goals. There are few goals already created. Now I'm going to do a plus sign, new goal, red button I clicked. Now I will be in a position to create a new goal. There are few custom templates available. I'm not going to use them. I will go to custom, click on continue. Name will be successful newsletter subscription. Correct? This is the name of the goal for better understanding in reporting part. Now there are 20 goals which you can create in Google Analytics. Out of 20 goals, first 3 goals are already created. So now the by default the next available goal is selected, goal number 4, and what is the type of goal that I want to create. The type of goal that I want to create is destination, of course. I will go ahead, click on continue. Now we have to give details of destination. What is that URL where if user lands, I should fire this goal? This is what Google Analytics in simple word asking you. This is the URL, thankyou.html. I will put it here. Is that case sensitive? If yes, choose this. If not, leave it as it is. Now there are few options like URL that equals to, that begins with, and that is a regular expression. You don't have to type www.abcd.com or in our case myshoes.com here, because Google already knows what's the domain name you have associated for this property. So you don't have to add that. You just add part next to it. So I'm going to add thankyou.html. Now this is equal to, if URL is equal to thankyou.html, trigger this goal, but I will change it to begins with thankyou.html. Because why? Because many of the times you would have seen URLs like this, or something like this. Correct? Now if URL is like this, the goal will not get triggered because it is not an exact match. It contains some query parameter to it. So I will always use begins with thankyou.html, and if there is anything attached to it, that is also okay for me. Do we have any value for this goal? So like say for example, if my newsletter is paid newsletter, when someone subscribes, he has to pay $5 to me each month. So I will add $5 here. 5. It is always a monetary value in USD. Now this is a free newsletter subscriber. Why would anyone pay to me? There is no value for me. Then I will choose it as off. Now there is a funnel option called as funnel. Regular expression is you can write your own custom regular expression. You don't have to just write the URL, but you can write like star, contains, begins with in a regular expression format. Regular expression. Let me show you. These are the regular expressions. So if you know what are regular expressions, then you can write them and you can ensure that things are being captured based on the regular expression. So here we give condition. It's kind of uh, an expression that we are letting Google Analytics know that if something is matching per my regular expression, then trigger any goal, else don't. But we are okay with thankyou.html. That should work for us. The next thing is funnel. So if it is a multi-step thing, if it is a multi-step process, we can create funnel out of it. Now what is funnel, how funnel looks, how to access the funnel is I'm not going to discuss theoretically. I will show you by taking an example. At this time just understand where you can go and create a funnel. So assume it's a multi-step process, like first cart, review, payment, and then thank you. User must go through these processes or these steps: cart, review, payment, thank you. And we can create a funnel out of it so that we can understand how many users moved from cart to review, how many from review to payment, and then how many from payment to thank you. And we can then take a percentage like how many users moved from cart to thank you page or respective next steps. And it will give us a visual representation of it. So what I will do is I can create my funnel here. We will discuss this in detail, but just to give you idea. So this is my cart step. The URL is slash cart. It is a mandatory stuff. Yes. Then add another step. Review page. URL is slash review. Next one is billing page. Slash billing. Then of course the thank you page. Slash thank you dot html. But always remember, you don't have to enter the last step. Never enter the last step. Google Analytics already know what the last step we are talking about. So we don't have to mention it again. So don't mention the last step and just click on the save. If you already have some data for your website, you can click on verify this goal. The goal conversion would have a 0% conversion rate based on your data for last 7 days. So it will check how many users have visited thankyou.html in last 7 days, and it will give you that percentage here. Since we have no data, this is a dummy account, we will get 0% always. But if it's a real-time website, you will see like 2%, 3% of people have already visited thank you page. I'm done. I'm going to click on save. So now my newsletter is being tracked. I will be able to understand how many people have visited my website and successfully subscribed to my newsletter. Clear, guys? Good, very good. Now what you have to do is create a goal for people who spent more than 5 minutes on your website, and you have not more than 5 minutes to complete this task. Your time starts now. Please create a goal in your Google Analytics account, and the condition is on your screen. Sure, Priya, you can. If you're stuck somewhere or if there are any doubts, please use the chat box. Very good, Santosh. I don't see other names. I don't know why it just says fetching your name, waiting for name. Other guys who have said done, very good. So I see three people are done. What about others? Any doubts? Please ask me. Perfect. Any questions with goals? You guys are able to create goals. Happy. Any questions? Okay, I see no questions. Guys, we will take a break. Let's break for 20 minutes. We will resume at 11. Santosh, you had a question? Recording where, Santosh? Where should I go? Can you help me in understanding? Besides, okay, recording means is this goal live or not? So I can just turn off the goal for some time. That's like should Google Analytics track it or it should not track it? The values are being recorded or they are not recorded. So you can switch off a goal for some time and then switch it back on. Cool. So let's break. We will meet again after 20 minutes. Okay, guys, the break time is over. I am back. I hope each one of you is also back on desk. Okay, good. So let's get started. Few questions were asked. Let me take care of those questions and then we can move on. Okay, Santosh will discuss your doubt when we jump on to events. Ravi, thank you for filling in when I was not there. Nishta, you can go through the recording for part which you have missed. So, how to delete a goal? So, if you have these four goals and all of a sudden you think, hey, I don't need this goal number one anymore, I need to delete it. How do I delete? You cannot delete a goal, Ravi. You cannot delete a goal, but what you can do is you can stop that goal from working by switching off the record button. So confession submitted. If this goal is no more required, I cannot delete this goal. I will have to switch off this goal so that it doesn't process the data. So the goal needs to be switched off, and this is why you need to be really very careful when you decide on creating a particular goal. So if you create goals unnecessarily, the only number of goals which are available to you are 20. So be careful on what goals you are creating. Avoid creating unnecessary goals and switch off the goal if that goal is not being required. So if you are out of number 20, what you can do, you can recycle these goals. Like you can recycle the goals which you have created earlier, because you can go back and recreate the goal. Like if I have to change from destination to duration, you can do that. Continue, set the number of minutes, hours, etc. Save the goal and reactivate it. But always try to recycle the goals which are similar in nature, and please inform everyone who is using these goals or who has used these goals in the past, saying that hey, on XYZ date I have changed the goal type and this is the kind of data you should expect with this goal, as I have changed the goal type. So you cannot delete the goal, but you can recycle the goal and you can stop the recording of that particular goal. Clear, guys? So next webinar, I'm going to discuss the Google Analytics user interface. So we have considered, rather we have covered a good amount of theoretical part. You guys should now be clear with all basic concepts of Google Analytics, and you should now be enabled to use the actual Google Analytics. All of you have used Google Analytics and integrated it with your blog. So your blog is integrated with Google Analytics. All of you have access to Google's demo account. So by Google demo account, I mean this account, Google Merchandising Store and Master View. You have a read-only access to this account. Using this read-only access, we will understand Google Analytics in depth and in detail. So first thing, I would like to introduce you to the UI part, the user interface part of Google Analytics, so that you understand if you have to access some report, some functionality of Google Analytics, where do you go and which part of analytics do you go and visit. So when you land on to Google Analytics, this is the first page that you see. So here on the left hand side, you have a panel, and this panel has few options for you. So it starts from home and ends with admin. So home is the tab where you will land by default. So if this panel, you can actually collapse this panel. There is a left arrow at the bottom. If you click on it, the panel will collapse and the size of the screen that can be used for reporting purpose will increase. If you want to expand it again, Just click on the arrow, it will expand and you can go through available options here. So on the left hand side, you have different reports available: real time, audience acquisition, behavior, and conversion. We have seen real time. We are going to see some reports of audience manager, acquisition, behavior, and conversion. Important reports I'm going to walk you through. So homepage is nothing but a default dashboard which gives you a summary when you land into your Google Analytics. If you scroll down, you will have understanding of what is the trend of user visit. So this is the trend, how many users on your website right now, what channels are doing good or contributing good to your acquisition of users, user trend, their activity, how well they are retained, their geographical information, and so on. So this is kind of a summary that you can see. So now if I have to see a report in detail, what I can do is you can just click on this link at the bottom, acquisition report, more insight, or location overview, mobile overview, and last 30 days time by visit by time. So let's jump on to location overview. I clicked on location overview. Now it should direct me to a report which has information about location overview. Now here you will see on the top I have two graphs instead of one, two geographical graphs. I have, sorry, not graphs but maps, one in blue, one in orange. I just click on a country, it will now take me inside the country. I am coming out of it now. So the reason is, during the last case study, we chose two timelines. So first, from April 1, 2017 to April 1, 2018, comparison exactly. So this comparison is still in effect. I will remove it. I will choose custom last 30 days and I will remove the comparison option. So this is how you do comparison. There was a question like how to do comparison. So go to the date selector, choose the date range that you want to analyze, and then put a check mark on compare to, and then compare to what? Previous period is default option. By default it will compare to 30 days. If you have selected above, it will take the previous 30 days and you can click on apply. If you want to remove the comparison, uncheck it, click on apply again. So now the report is getting updated for last 30 days. So when you land into any report, on the top you have name of the report. So this is the place where you see the name of the report. This is name of the report. And now if you scroll down, you have an option to add the segments. What are the segments? We will see them in later part. Followed by a visual representation. Many of the times it will be a linear graph, but since we are in a location based report, it is showing you a world map and it is color coded. Darker the blue color, higher the number of visits. So you can see United States, you have a high number of visits. Then you have a table. The table will give you information for the report. So here table gives us information country wise: United States, India, UK, Japan, Canada, and so on. And on the left hand side you have name of the countries, on the right hand side you have numbers associated with that country, of course. So for United States I can see there are 29,000 users who came to my website for that particular duration. Then out of those 29, 24,000 were new users. They gave me 42,000 sessions. What was the bounce rate? 31% is the bounce rate. Now remember, this 31% bounce rate is for people from the United States, not for whole of the website. Whole of the website, the bounce rate is mentioned here, 45.6. This is average for all of the website. This number 31.98 is for United States only. Pages per session 5.31. So each user on an average gave me 5.31 page impressions for their one session. On an average, the visit duration or the session duration was 3 minutes 1 second. Transactions. So by transactions, it means the number of orders placed. 2343 orders were placed from United States, which is 96% of total orders or close to 97. Total orders were 2416. Revenue number and the e-commerce conversion number. So a table gives you information about the report that you want to see. Now I want to change from country to city to continent and subcontinent. So these are my primary dimensions. So all available primary dimensions are shown here. So here you can see your primary dimensions. So these are your primary dimensions which are on your screen. So here the primary dimensions which I can choose are country, city, continent and subcontinent. I can click on city, the report will get updated, and now you will see instead of the countries you have the city report. The same report got updated. Now instead of showing the name of the countries, it is showing you name of the cities. Same report got updated to the city. Sometime you will see not set. What is meaning of not set? So Google Analytics was not able to capture name of the city for this particular user. Hence, it is called as, or it is classified as not set. That means Google Analytics was not able to capture the city information for this particular user. Hence, it is classified under not set. So, you have next top 9 cities in this report. So, your next question might be, hey, I can see that there are 811 or 8111 cities which are available in this report. That means this report can give me information about 8,1100 or even more cities to me. But what I see on the screen is only 10 cities. What if I want to see 25 cities? Then I can change it to 25 here. 50, you can go up to 5,000. Sorry. So how many rows do you want to see in report? You can set. I will set it to 25. The report will get updated and you can see 25 cities or 25 rows in one single page. You can go up to 5,000, but I suggest please restrict yourself to 25 to 50, as we are humans, we have our own restrictions and we would like to consume data in pieces instead of consuming data for all 5,000 cities at once. So now I have 25 cities with me. What if I want to see the next 25? What if I want to see 26 to 50? How do I navigate to the next page? You have pagination option available here. You have left arrow, right arrow. If I click on right arrow, what will happen? It will take me to the next page. So now here you will see I have cities from 26 to 50. Similarly, I can keep on going to the next page and continue analyzing my report. So this is how pagination will work. So what I will do, I will go to the first row. I will hit the enter now and I will switch it back to 10 rows. So these are my top 10 cities. Change the rows option is available here. Pagination is for if you want to move to the next page of the report. Clear till here? And these are the common options. These are the options available in almost 99% of Google Analytics report, and hence you will be able to change the number of rows, do the pagination, change the primary dimension, look at the graph, change the date range, use the comparison. Everything remains the same for all of the reports. Okay, so the question is only cities we want We can't see traffic from rural areas and villages. Okay, so you can't distinguish like, okay, it's a rural Bangalore or urban Bangalore. There is no distinction possible. Name of the cities, it won't mark it like, okay, is it rural or is it urban? Whatever the name of that city, it will appear. Not necessary that it has to be city, like a city, like what we understand. Don't do that breakup. Is it advanced? Is it urban? Is it rural? No, that is not possible. Whatever is the name of the city per map, it will appear in your report. If you are getting traffic from Noida, it will come. If you are getting traffic from Sangli, the name of the city will come. You cannot go inside the city and you can find, okay, lane number 1, lane number 2. No, city is the granularity that you can reach up to. Not necessary that your rural part of the country will be omitted. It should have a name, it will appear. Okay, so now next thing that I want you to understand is the search functionality within the reporting interface. Now, since we are in India, we might have a role to analyze the Indian cities only. So that thing I can definitely do. I can go to India and then I can click on, sorry, I can go to countries, then India. If I click on India, it will give me details only about India. So now it will give me information about India. What are the top performing regions inside the India? So state-wise information I do have. If I jump onto the city, let's see what happens. I have information of all the cities in the India. So I want to see traffic only coming from Mumbai. I don't want any other thing. So if my primary dimension, let me go back to the report which has a big number of cities in it. So you saw how I reached to Mumbai, but if I am here in the city report and I want to focus on Mumbai only, there is a search functionality available. I can type Mumbai in this search, Mumbai, and I can do search. What it will show me, guys? If I search for Mumbai, what it will show me? Mumbai city data, okay. Mumbai city, cool. Let me search and let us see what happens. I got two reports, rather two rows in one single report. One is Mumbai and another one is Navi Mumbai, because both of these cities contains the name Mumbai in it. But I want it to be strictly Mumbai. I don't want Navi Mumbai even to appear in my report. So what should I do? How to get out of the search report? There is this X icon next to the search term. Just click on it, the report will update and you will see the normal report. Now I want only Mumbai, not even Navi Mumbai. I can jump on to advanced search. Now what is that I want to search? Hey, please include city name Mumbai, but not any name that contains Mumbai, but I want exactly matching to Mumbai. I will do that. I will click on apply and you will see this time I got only Mumbai. Navi Mumbai didn't came up. So this is advanced search that I can use. And in advanced search, what you can do is like city that exactly matches Mumbai, and then you can add another dimension or another metric in it. So say for example, show me traffic from Mumbai who have purchase completed greater than 0. So now what I will see? I will see traffic, or I will see user information who have made a purchase on my website. Mumbai. No one have made a purchase from Mumbai. So I won't be able to see that. Let us edit it. Let us change it to Mountain View. Okay, it will do a search on whatever report I have already created. I will exit the report and now I will do advanced search. Mountain View exactly matches and where they have made a purchase. Apply. Okay, greater than 0. Apply. Can you guys hear me? Hey guys, can you hear me? Okay, good. I think there was some network issue. All of a sudden, I got a notification things have stopped. Good that we are connected again. So let us resume the session. So what I was talking about is now what here you will see Mountain View 3470. What if I want to see detail of users from Mountain View who have made a purchase? So I will go to advanced search city exactly matching Mountain View. Purchase completed. Yes. Greater than 0. That means at least one purchase. I will click on apply. 3470. Okay, very good. So all of the users that I see are the users greater than 1. I will put. All of these users have completed a goal called as purchase. So these are the details of my users who have made a purchase on my website. Something is not good with this example. I will work on this and will get back to you, because if everyone has made a conversion there, it should be saying 100% conversion rate, but it didn't. Okay, no worries, let me refine that example for you. So this is what a typical report page will look like. You will have name of the report on the top, followed by the segment section, then the visual representation. Now do you see it? Cool. So this is what a typical report will have, or all the reports in Google Analytics will look like. Name on the top, followed by the segment section, then the visual representation. Oh my God, what happened? Followed by visual representation, we will have primary dimensions, then the actual report. It's loading. Then after the actual report, we have how many rows do you want to see? How many rows you want to see, and then if you want to jump on to the next page, you have a pagination option available also. This is a typical report of Google Analytics that you can access. You can use the primary dimensions, the search button, and then there are 5 versions of a report that you can access. The first is data, which is by default available to you or shown to you. The next one is percentage, then the performance and comparison, and then pivot table. So these are the 5 different types of report, or these are the 5 different ways in which you can access your report. I'm going to show you that, but before that, let me cover what are segments and how to use segments in a report. So for that purpose, let me open the Excel file, and let us simply assume that this is your all reporting data. So this is example, and this is your data set available inside the Google Analytics. So let's assume this is the information for all the users or all the country information in Google Analytics. It is a mixture of US, Pakistan, Bangladesh, all Asian countries, China, England, and all that stuff. I want to see report only for India. So what we can do, we can create a segment. We have already created a view, and we can also create a segment. View is applicable to all the data that you access here. So all the reports on the left hand side, anywhere I go, if I have applied a view, I will see data for India only. But if I apply the segment needs to be applied on report basis. So I can apply a segment here, and the report will then be updated. So if it's a temporary thing that you want to do on a temporary basis, you want to see traffic from India, you create a segment. So this can be my data set inside the bigger data, which can hold data of India. So if I have to just move this out and show it to users, this is a segment of my report, right? This is a small segment of a bigger report, and I am just going to pull this part out and analyze it. So if you want to do this, you can use segments. So by default, you have a segment called as, if you scroll up, you will see all users. This is a segment by default applied. If you want to add another segment, just click here. It will give you option. There are few options which are available to you by default. If you are not happy with this, or if you want to do the customization, you can do your own custom segment, or you can use one from the system. Yes, you can use multiple segments. So custom segments which I have already built. If I want to see traffic from mail users only or bounced sessions only, traffic where conversion happened only, etc. So these details are available to me. So what I can do is I can create a new segment. Now these are my available options. I can give it a name, mail traffic only. It is already there for demo purpose. I'm creating again for you. So this will pull out data where gender is available and it is male. So I will add a segment. I will create male traffic only, and I will add a condition when gender is equal to male, and you will see it's updating data on the left hand side. So now it is telling you okay, 34.71% of users meet this criteria where gender is equal to male. I can click on save. It's updating the report now. Now report is updated. You see the mail traffic only report is now in place. All the reports are updated and numbers are now being shown for mail traffic only. All the traffic you see here or all the numbers you see here are for mail traffic only. So I can add another segment where I can say okay, add new segment which is for age group 18 and 24 only. So now you see again the numbers got reduced a bit. I can give a name, I can save and I can apply that segment. Then I will have two segments, male traffic only and then 18 to 24 age group only. So report will be refined. When I am done, I want to remove it. I can come here, click on the drop down arrow and just click on remove. The segment will be removed from your report. It will go back to a default one and you will be able to see data for all users. So these are the segments in Google Analytics, followed by visual representation, data. And now if your manager asks you, hey, please email me this report, what will you do? You don't have to copy this report manually, paste it in Excel, create a PDF out of it and all that stuff. Google Analytics by default allows you to export the reports, to email the reports, which is like share the reports. So if I have to email this report, I can just simply click on share, provide email address of my manager, choose what kind of file format do I want and click on send. Google Analytics will send this report to my manager. But what data will be sent to my manager? Will send data for all available 191 countries or it will send data only for top 10 countries? The answer is it will send data only that is available on the screen. So whatever customization that you have done on the screen, that will be converted into either a PDF report, Excel report, and then shared with your manager. Now, if you want to download this report, what you can do? You can export it. Okay, I will say in PDF format. Then Google Analytics will create a PDF of this report and it will be downloaded on your machine. This report you can use it for your internal purpose. If it's a PDF, it can be used for presentation because it will have all the visual elements in it intact. So this is the report which got downloaded. But if you want to use or if you want to apply your Excel skills that you have developed like creating pivot reports and all that stuff, you can download this data in Excel format also. download it on your machine, run pivot tables, run filters and all that stuff, and you can use this data for your data crunching purpose inside the Excel. So this is the data which you have downloaded. So you can download the data, you can export data. Clear how to download the report, how to email the report? Clear with the segment part? Okay, so Santosh asked, can we segment users who visit a particular web page? Yes, Santosh, you can. So on your screen, you can see I have created a condition. So I went to a advanced part of segments. I chose the conditions, and there I said, okay, pages containing thank you.html. I will create this segment. Give it a name. Thank you, visitors. Thank you.html. This is a dummy URL. It's not actual part of that website. So you will see it saying 0% URLs. But if I just say index, okay, cool. So this is how you can create segment for a particular web visit or web page visit. Now I'm going to show you these 5 types of available report formats. So data we have seen, quite easy. This is the by default. You will always see this kind of a report. Okay, one thing I should cover before we jump on is what are dimensions, what are metrics. How many of you know what are dimensions and what are metrics? Okay, no idea, no worries. So let's take very simple example, very simple report. Every one of you have been through college or is in college at least. You get your report card, correct? At the end of the exam, you give exam, there is some holiday and then a result date. You get your exam result. So how your result looks like? You have subject name and then you have mark. This is the simple report format, most simple report format. So you have biology, you have mathematics, you have chemistry. These are the subjects that you have studied for and given papers for. So mathematics, sorry, biology I got 90, mathematics I got 35, chemistry I got 95. Every one of you have received a report like this, correct? And then there is a total, of course, with percentage. Everyone clear? You have seen report like this? Cool. So this is nothing but a report that we just discussed. Countries and numbers. So these are countries, these are my numbers, these are my subjects, these are my marks. So whatever is available on the left hand side of which you want to see details of, they are called as dimensions. On the right hand side you have numbers. They provide details of countries, they provide details of subjects. These are called as metrics. Metrics are typically numbers in the report. So here you will see on the right hand side you have numbers only, while on the left hand side you have text also. United States, India, United Kingdom, but on the right hand side you do not have name of the city or something like that. You always have numbers on the right hand side. Those are called as metrics. On the left hand side you have dimensions. So these are metrics and dimensions. Are you guys are now clear what are metrics, what are dimensions? You have to remember something like this. What I remember them like is DM. Everyone know what DM is, right? Direct messages. So I just correlate it with direct messages. One on the left hand side is dimensions, one on the right hand side is metrics. DM, this is how I remember them. So subject is my dimension, marks is my metrics. So now this is not it. Google Analytics allows you to add another dimension called as secondary dimension. So it can be like this. Biology is my primary dimension, zoology and botany, it can be my secondary dimension, algebra and geometry, organic and inorganic chemistry. This will be my secondary dimension and marks are my metrics. So you have primary dimensions, you have secondary dimensions, and then you have metrics. This is also same in the Google Analytics report. You have primary dimensions, then you have metrics. You can add a secondary dimension, something like gender. A gender you can add in this report. So what you will see is United States male, United States female, India male, India female. Okay, so these are primary dimensions and secondary dimensions. Primary dimensions are always selected by default. You have to add a secondary dimension using this tab if required. Clear with dimensions, metrics, primary and secondary dimension? I'm just going to wait and check what kind of efforts you guys need to put a yes or no there. There cannot be a secondary metric. Metric is always a metric, no primary or secondary there. Clear, guys? Cool. So let's jump on to these 5 types of reports. The next one I'm going to click is percentage. Data remains the same, but the way it is presented to you changes. On the left hand side you have countries, then you have users and their contribution in a pie chart. So you see United States contributing to 41% and a bigger chunk is United States in blue, followed by country India, then United Kingdom and then Canada and so on. So it gives you information in percentage, their contribution in percentage and a pie chart. You can change it, like if you want to see revenue, pages per session and all that information, you can change it. The graph will update accordingly. Then you have comparison, sorry, not comparison, you have performance, next available option. So it gives you high performing countries. So longer the graph, higher the performance. Shorter the graph, lesser the performance. So you are able to now understand performance of each country in a good visually represented format. So this is performance. It is giving you understanding of performance of each country. If you change it to city, of course it will show you data for city. It will show you performance city wise. Not set is there, but I don't want not set to be present in my report anytime. What I will do, I will do advanced search and then I will exclude city containing not set. Containing will not be a good option. I will choose city that exactly matches not set. Exclude it from the report. I will click on apply. The not set is gone. Instead of seeing 9 cities, now I see top 10 cities in the report. Clear? Now how I made use of advanced search? Here the performance I have chosen is of users. If you want to see how many transactions, not set means no data available, Pooja. City data was not available for that particular user, hence it came as not set. I want to understand the number of transactions, compare it with the users. So what you can see is number of transaction 325, the contribution 5.13. So I will change transactions. You can see Mountain View total transaction 325 and percentage is 13.51. San Francisco total transaction, total orders placed from San Francisco city 200, which is 8.40 percentage of my website. So this is how you can see the performance. The next one is comparison. Comparison is good. It will allow you to compare a particular city with average of your website. So good example that I can take here, or we have already seen, or let me change it. Let me change it to bounce rate. Okay, so revenue is $83,000 from Mountain View. I have sorted it by revenue, and what I am checking is average bounce rate or the bounce rate. Name of the city, how much revenue it is giving me, and what is the bounce rate is what I am checking now. What do you understand here is Mountain View gave me a revenue of $83,000. Bounce rate is in green and it is minus 52%. That means when I compare the bounce rate of Mountain View city to my website bounce rate is 44.89%. Average bounce rate of whole of my website is 44.89%. Compared to that, the bounce rate of Mountain View is minus 52. That means it is less by 50% to the overall website bounce rate. Does that mean it is 22 percentage? No, it is less than 22 percentage of 44. So what is 52 of 44, or the overall bounce rate is what it is telling you. That doesn't mean it is less by 52% by the overall bounce rate of the website. If I have to change it to time spent or average pages per session, now here you will see the graph is moving to the right. That means it is above the average. but still it is good, it is in green. But last time it was on the left, that is less than the average of overall website bounce rate. But the less the bounce rate, good it is for you. So less the bounce rate, good it was for me. Okay, it says audio connection restored. I also have Nate. I don't know why the audio was lost. I had internet. Okay, some technical glitch. You guys can hear me, you guys can see my screen, right? Perfect. So I was telling you that since the lower bounce rate is good, if the graph is on the left hand side, in that case it was green, but since the lower pages per session, then average is not considered good. It will be green on the green on the right hand side and red on the left hand side. So if I scroll down, let me see if I get any country that's not doing good. Okay, so here you will see, guys, I'm helpless with that. Let me see what I can do. So San Carlos minus 37.26%. That means San Carlos is giving me pages per session less than what website average is. Hence, it is in red. Now this comparison is useful. So say for example, I want to improve the website bounce rate. So of course my aim first will be to understand who are the country or which are the countries who are contributing more than average of my bounce rate, the whole website. So using comparison tool I can do that. So what I will do, I will try to customize the content for those specific countries. I will try to be more engaging with the users from that particular country, so that the bounce rate is reduced for those countries. When the bounce rate is reduced for those particular countries, of course it will have an overall impact on my website bounce rate, and it will also gradually slowly will start to show decline in the bounce rate. So these are the comparison reports which will help you to compare available data with the website average. So with this information, you will be able to find out cities who are doing better than the website average. If website average is like 10 orders per day, what are the cities? Which are the cities who are placing more than 10 orders per day? Then I can run ad campaigns for these particular cities and try to gain more number of users, more number of orders. So this is the comparison reports. Then next available report is something called as pivot, which is the last available option in the report format. Here fifth option available is pivot report. How many of you have used pivot reports in Excel? Excel is the place where we use pivot reports for sure. Good, great guys. So you guys understand what the pivot is. For the people who don't understand what pivot report means, pivot means the center point. How do you want to look at that particular report or that particular thing from the angle where you are standing? This is the pivot. And on your screen is a pivot report that you can see, which is available in Google Analytics. So on the left hand side, you have information about the cities. I will reduce the number of rows to 10 for ease of understanding. So name of the cities on the left hand side, total number of users. Then you have pivot by cities: Mountain View, New York, Sunnyvale, San Francisco, and San Jose. This is not a good way to do pivot. You cannot pivot city by city. What you will see is only Mountain View has number, rest is 0. Here's New York has number, rest is 0. Sunnyvale has number, rest is 0. This is not a good way to do it. So now let's pivot by H. Now we have some interesting report on the screen. You have city, total users, and users breakdown by their age group. Mountain View, 1083 people of age group 25 to 34. 665 users from age group 35 to 44, 239 for 18 to 24, and list 38 from 55.64. Now I don't just have information about city and number of visitors, but now I have information of their age groups also. Now look how we are improving the available report. We have city, we have total users. Along with that, we have breakup by age group. Clear? This is how pivot has helped us to improve the report. But now there is another option available for us to use, which is the secondary dimension. We have not used that. Let's use it. Secondary dimension and change it to gender. Now, the kind of information that you have is name of the city, gender, and then the user group, or rather the age group, sorry. Initially what I had with me is I had name of city and users. That's it. Very simple report. But now because of pivot reports, what I have, of course, I have name of city, I have users, but I am able to break them down with gender, how many of them are male or female, and their age group also. Now, what is my understanding from this report? If I have to just focus on mountain view, male and female, the total male users were 1687 and the total female users were 506, and their age wise breakdown. So inside the male, 25 to 34 are the highest number of visitors age group, or the from this particular age group higher number of visitors come and visit my website. So what I can do, if my manager is planning or if I am planning to run a paid advertisement with this report, look at the insights that I get. I will say don't just run a campaign, run a campaign for city mountain way, mountain view. Now don't just run a campaign for city mountain view, run it for males only. Not just males, but males with age group 18 to 24. You will get highest number of results if you do this targeting. Correct? Am I correct? Perfect. And what was the reason I can get these insights on my website? The reason is nothing but the analytics which is empowering with me with data, and now I know how to further drill down the data. Now I know how to go inside the pivot, apply secondary dimension, and get more insights. So this is how you can use Google Analytic reports and get more insight. Choose appropriate report. If you are not happy with the available data, try to apply secondary dimensions. If you are still not happy, apply or change the report format. You should be able to get the requested information. That's the use of Google Analytics report. This is how you access typical reports inside the Google Analytics. The report that we have seen is the location report. The next report, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through some reports. I'm not going to do the customization part. I'm not going to apply segments, filters. I'm not going to apply advanced search or change the type of report. I will walk you through the important report. I will ensure that you understand the key concepts of those reports, and then of course you can do the customization on your own. Any difficulty you face, just tweet me. I will get back to you. In the interest of time, I will walk you through the most important reports in Google Analytics. So we are in the audience report, and the report that we have seen is the geo report. Next, I would like to jump on is the behavior report, new versus returning. What is the name suggesting you? New versus returning? Don't term them customers. Okay, so when you are in analytics, mm, pronounce them as visitors or users. They are our customers for sure, but while you are in the reporting, pronounce them as users. Okay, so new users or returning users. So we saw that when I open the Google Analytics, or when I open the flipkart.com, what Google Analytics will do, if it is tagged with Google Analytics code, it will check if a particular Google Analytics cookie is available or not. If that cookie is available, what is the Google Analytics user ID that is being dropped on the user machine. If cookie is present, it has the user ID. That means this user must have visited my website sometime in the past and he is now a returning visitor. What if there is no cookie present? That means this guy has not visited my website in the past. Drop a cookie, drop a user ID, so that when the next time user comes and visits this website, I know when what was the last time when he visited, and I can mark him as a returning visitor. So if I open the Flipkart for the first time, I am a new visitor, but next day I come back, or even in a year I come back, I am a returning visitor because I have that particular cookie on my machine. So this is a new visitor and a returning visitor. Now, if your returning visitors are high, that means your website is popular. People are coming back to your website. This is a good thing for you. So you should always try and gain more number of returning visitors. Why? Returning visitors always perform better than the new visitors. How to bring in how to make users visit your website again? The example that we saw, the newsletter subscription. You send out newsletter subscription, people will click on the link, come back to your website. Social media, of course, you can share your updates and bring back visitors. Retargeting, target the visitors who have already visited your website, target them on other websites, show them banners, nice offers, bring them back to your website. So this is new versus returning visitors. So people who visited your website for the first time versus the people who are coming to your website again. So if always remember this thing also, if you delete the cookies, if you clear the cookies and visit the website again, you will always be considered as a new visitor because cookie is not present on the machine. Yes, Ravi, just ensure your website is tagged with Google Analytics code. You don't have to manually drop and read the cookies. Google Analytics will do that job for you. Now if I see the numbers, new visitor 63,000, but look at the conversion rate 1.05%. Returning visitors 15,000 only, that is 20%. Now look at the comparison with e-commerce conversion rate 6.29. The returning visitor always convert better than the new visitor. So try to gain more number of returning visitors. So this is the place where you understand what are or how many new visitors, how many returning visitors. Clear? Yes, e-commerce tracking you have to set. How to set the e-commerce tracking we will discuss when we reach to e-commerce reports. If we have account in shopping website, then also cookie play the same role. Yes, if we have account or if we don't have account, Google Analytics is not concerned whether you have account or you don't have account. What Google Analytics is concerned is whether you are a returning visitor or you are a new visitor. Account not account is Flipkart's headache. Have patience, Santosh. We will reach. We are in frequency and recency at this time. What is frequency? What is recency? Can you guys tell me in general terms? How often, frequency, okay, like in a day or a week, okay. What is recency? Other guys also, please type in. Your understanding, it could be right or wrong. I'm not worried like you must tell me right answer only. What is recency that you understand? Okay, so let me start. Frequency. I will take real life example, like a daily example. All of you buy milk. Every day we buy milk, right? Okay. So what is the frequency of you buying the milk here? It will be daily, correct? Perfect. So I buy milk daily. My frequency of buying milk is daily. What is the recency here? Recency is today. Correct, Sunita. Very good. Pooja, good. So frequency is daily, recency is today. Let us take another example. All of us go to restaurants, all of us go to hotels to have dinner, maybe most probably on weekends. So I go to hotel, take dinner on Sunday. What is frequency? What is recency? Very good. What is recency? Recency, I can say last week or last Sunday, right? It's going to be last week or last Sunday. Good. So this is what recency and frequency is in general terms. So frequency, how often visitor visits my website. Recency, when was the last time he or she visited my website. This is frequency and recency that is shown to you in analytics report. How it is shown to you? Let's see. So I am frequency and recency report. Now you see two options here, count of sessions, days since last session. So count of session 1, 2, 3 and up to 200 and plus. So if I am coming to your website today at 10 in the morning, I come back to your website again at 12, then 3 and 6. How many sessions I gave to you? 10, 12, 3 and 6 p.m. How many sessions in a day? Perfect, 4 sessions. Ravi, 4 sessions, not one. Remember, every after 30 minutes of inactivity, your session will expire. Good, thank you. 4 sessions. That means I am a repeat visitor, right? I will get classified here. Count of session 4, 2730. Out of this 2730, one is me. So here you see highest number of people are in bucket called as one session. That means not many visitors are coming back to my website. Not many visitors are frequently visiting my website, and this was also evident in the new versus returning report that we saw. So we saw the number of new visitors was way higher than the number of returning visitors. So I think 20% and 80% was the split. 80 new, 20 repeat. The same information is evident here. So all these are returning people. These are not the people who are visiting my website frequently. Now if I go days since last visit, let us take the same example. 10, 12, 3 and 6 p.m. in same day. Days since last visit is after how many days I am visiting the website again. After how many days I am websiting visit again if my first visit was at 10 a.m. in the morning and the last visit was at 6 p.m. in the evening. After how many days I am visiting this website again? Exactly after 0 days. Now if the same guy or same me, today is 5th of May, I visit the flipkart.com again on 10th of May. After how many days I am visiting the flipkart.com again? 5 exactly. So this same information is made available to you here, which goes up to 1 year, from 0 days to 1 year. 0 is that guy visited me today only. He came back after 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5, 7 days, and the range of days. After how many days people are coming back to my website? 0 day means they are not coming back to my website. You see, there are people 2460 who are coming back to my website on the next day. Their recency is 1 day. They came back to my website after 1 day. If the website is being visited again after 5 days, the recency is 5 and the number of user is 768. So this is frequency and recency report in Google Analytics. Clear? Good. So now the next report, other reports, I think you can go on your own. Technologies like what is the browser user is using, which is the most popular browser, the website is being accessed on your website, Chrome, Safari and all that stuff. Next report that I want to discuss is the acquisition report. Before I discuss the acquisition report, do you guys need a break? Okay, let's break for 10 minutes and come back again in 10 minutes. We will discuss the acquisition report. Today, let's finish the acquisition report, and from next time, we can, or in the next, which is the last session, we will cover behavior and the conversion reports. So, 10-minute countdown timer. Let's start our break. We will meet in 10 minutes. Hey guys, I'm back. Everyone back on their desk. Good. So let's jump back to Google Analytics. We saw audience report. We are now jumping on to acquisition report. As the name suggests, acquisition. The reports inside the acquisition helps you in understanding how users were acquired. That means how users were bought in or how users came to your website. So if you have questions like how, then you can check the acquisition reports. So acquisition report, this question will be answered by the reports inside the acquisition. So the first is overview. Everywhere or under every type the tab, the first section will be overview. It will be like a summary of all the reports inside that particular tab. But we are not interested in summary, we are interested in detailed report at this time. So I will go to all traffics and channels. Do you guys remember anything? Have you seen this report before? Cool. So in the case study, we understood what this report is, what organic search social direct is. We already know that part, and how to understand this report. We have already seen the channels report, and we know how to change the date range, how to do comparison, how to add segment, etc. So if you want to understand, or if there are 100 users coming to your website and you want to split of those 100 users, how many of those users are coming through Google organic search or any organic search, paid search, social media, the referrals, display campaigns, etc. You will be able to get that split here. So out of 100, 40 are through organic, remaining 20 are through social, direct are another 20, and rest is another 20. So this kind of breakup or understanding is available to us under the report called as channels. We have tree maps, so it just converts the information in a tree map. So tree map, the larger the square, higher the number, darker the square, higher the number. So it is nothing but a tree map showing you the same information. Bigger the square, higher the number. Source medium, this is interesting. I'm going to spend 30 minutes in explaining you what is source, what is medium, how to ensure Google Analytics is able to understand the source and medium, etc. So I'm going to help you in understanding that. So here source is like, what is the source? From which source user came to your website? What is the medium? Is it through paid activity? Is it through social? Is it through CPC? All that information will be available here. I will discuss these things in detail with you. How to modify the source, how to ensure that Google is able to capture the source that we are interested in reporting of. So campaign management or campaign tracking is what in detail I'm going to discuss with you, and in that we will be covering the source and medium, or the concept of source and medium will be much better understood at that part. The next is referral traffic. Before I show you referral traffic, what is referral traffic? You guys remember referral traffic? Good, Pooja. What is referral traffic? Perfect, Santosh. Traffic from other websites. Traffic from websites other than you is the referral traffic, of course. Now, which are the most popular websites, or which are the websites who are sending you traffic the most? The report is available here. YouTube is most popular, or YouTube is the website which is sending you the highest number of users, 2812, which is 47 percentage of your overall website usage, followed by googleplex.com, sites.google.com. Look, analytics.google.com also sends the traffic. You won't see it in your scenario, but since this is a demo account, lot of people are accessing it, clicking on it, the links inside the Google Analytics and going to the Google merchandising store. So you see the Google Analytics mentioned here, then gdeals.googleplex.com, google.com Quora, Google Groups, Facebook and Reddit. These are the top 10 websites which are sending traffic to you. So these are the top 10 referral websites. So if you need to understand which are the top referral websites sending traffic to me, come to acquisition, all traffic and the referral reports. The next report available is AdWords. How many of you have completed the AdWords course? Good, very good. I see most of you have completed the AdWords course. So guys, the thing that you do in AdWords, like you create your account, then you set up campaign. In campaign you create ad groups, and each ad group have numerous advertisements listed under it. So all that information can be exported in Google Analytics, or all that information can be analyzed in Google Analytics. You don't have to jump between Analytics and AdWords. You have to connect your AdWords account with your Google Analytics account, and then you will be able to grab all necessary information from AdWords inside the Google Analytics. So I am in AdWords, and the first report here is accounts. So accounts, I have only one account, that is analytics underscore Google store underscore North America, which is NA. It gave me 212 clicks. I don't have to even go into AdWords and see which is the most popular account, or if I'm using multiple AdWords account, which is the most popular account. I don't have to check by accessing the AdWords. All that information is available to me here. I change my primary dimension to campaign. These are the most popular campaigns which are sending traffic to my website. Smart display campaign is doing good. Give me 212 clicks at a cost of $25. It also helps me in understanding what is the cost per click, how many users were bought, giving me sessions, and then if they have purchased anything. I have spent $25 on this campaign, but you can see here revenue that I received is $0. That means the conversion is not happening because of this campaign. I will take a call, hey, whether I should continue with this campaign, or I should disable, or I should modify this campaign. all this necessary information available to us in analytics itself. Then the next available option is add groups. These are the multiple ad groups which I have created. Each ad group will have its own advertisement. You are not able to get inside the detail of each ad, but you are able to get details of each ad group that you have created and is sending traffic to you. So the ad group SDC gave me 212 clicks, but no revenue at all. So this is the kind of information you get in the AdWords report. You will have to connect your AdWords account with Google Analytics. How to do that? You just go to admin part, choose the appropriate property and then click on AdWords linking. Link your AdWords accounts here and you will see data is flowing from AdWords to Analytics. If it's blank, click on this red button and get your AdWords connected. Admin under property AdWords linking and then click on add account and get your account linked to analytics. Not set is not name of the ad group. Remember the meaning of not set. Santosh, you remember what is not set? Yes, no, Santosh. The meaning of not set is Google Analytics was not able to understand which AdWord ad group is that, hence it is classified under not set. No ad group information is available, hence it is not set. And such campaigns or such ad groups have contributed to $21.99. Cool, guys. And this is all other information that is available for you under the AdWord reports. So I want to see the reports for my campaigns, the campaigns that I am running inside the AdWords. These are the campaigns which I am running inside the AdWords and their respective numbers. So this is AdWords. Please go through all the available reports. How many of you have completed the search engine optimization part? Okay, so I see no one has done the SEO part. When you start with the SEO, you will learn about a very important tool. The tool is offered to webmasters by Google. And the name of the tool was Google Webmaster Tools, which is now renamed to Search Console. This tool will allow you to understand how many people are coming to your website through search, how many people are searching for a particular keyword, or what are the keywords that people are searching in Google Analytics, how many times your website was crawled, how many pages are indexed in in Google, if there is any error that you need to take care of, all the information is available to website owners, not for everyone. You have to prove that you are the owner, and then you will be able to access this information inside the Google Search Console. So that information will also be available to you inside the Google Analytics if you connect your Search Console with landing with the Google Analytics. The first available report is landing pages. Go to all products, search for Search Console, which is the second option here. Connect it. This is how you connect. Very easy. The first available option is landing page, then countries, devices, queries. What is landing page? The page on which user lands on my website is called as a landing page. Not necessary that it has to be a campaign page. Every campaign has a landing page. So don't believe that only campaigns have landing pages. Any page where I land on your website is a landing page for me. So I may land on your homepage through Google. Through Twitter, I may land on your contact us page. So homepage is a landing page for a person who came to my website via Google. But for a person who came to my contact us page via Twitter, contact us is the landing page. So the first page that I hit on your website, the first page that I land on your website is the landing page. So what is the most popular landing page on my website? Per Search Console, the report is available here. Men's t-shirt. This is the most popular page on my website as per the Google Search Console. Men's t-shirt. Maximum number of people come to this page for the first time and then they start accessing my website. This is the second most popular, third most popular, and the list goes on. You have other information like how many clicks it received, what was the bounce rate. The good thing, zero bounce rate, that means people are moving from page A to page B. All other information is available to you. Remember, this information is captured in Search Console and sent to you in Google Analytics. What are the top countries? What are the top devices? Devices is like whether they are using desktop, they are using mobile, they are using tablet. Okay, so these are the topmost devices. You can see the desktop contributes to 63%, mobile to 32%, and tablet is 4.32%. Then the queries. Okay, what is query? If your question is like this, I go to google.com, I type buy Samsung mobile online. This is my query. The term that I am searching for is my query. So buy Samsung mobile online is the query here. Google merchandise store. This is my query here. So what people are typing in the search bar of the google.com is made available to you here. YouTube merch, let's see what happens. YouTube merch. You see shop.google-merchandising-store.com. You received 129 clicks because of this particular keyword. It was shown to users 388 times. So it was shown to me. I have not clicked on it. So 388 times it was shown. Out of that, 129 people have clicked on it. So the click-through rate is 33%. That means when this result was shown to 100 users, then 33% of them have clicked. Click-through rate, average position is 1.3. Average position in Google search results is 1.3. Most of the time that means it is shown at number 1. Okay, now don't get confused between the internal site search report and this report. Santosh, have patience. I will come to that part. No, answer to your question is no. Search terms and queries, these are two different things. So this is landing page. The next thing, sorry, we discussed the queries. The next report that is available to us is social. Have patience, Santosh. We will come to other aspects of analytics as well. Do not get confused if you have already read or if you have already learned. Don't get confused between the two terms that you have learned or understood. When I come to that report, I will help you in understanding in depth or in a better way. The next report that is available to you after Search Console. So we saw all traffic, AdWords, Search Console. Always remember, I'm not going to walk you through each and every report. I'm not going to walk you through each and every available option. I will ensure that you understand key terminologies in that report, and then you have to spend time on all other reports, understand what they mean, how you can use if you are the digital marketing manager for that particular company. You have to spend time and ensure whatever you learn in today's session you make most use of it. The next available report is social. Any guess that you would like to make what the social report will help us understand? What will you understand when you browse through the social report? Social media related traffic. Very good. Yes. So if I click on overview, what kind of information is it giving me? So for this particular time frame, April 20 to May 4, there were 20,000 sessions. Out of these 20,000 sessions, 3,000 sessions were because of social media. That means social media website sent me traffic that is responsible for 3,000 sessions on my website out of 20,000. There were total 3,900 conversions, and because of social media, I had 171 conversions out of it. Last interaction, first interaction, we will understand on our last day. Do not get confused. I will have to spend 5-10 minutes making you understanding what is first, what is last interaction. So social reports will help you understand what is the contribution of social media to your website. How many people are coming to your website because of social media? Which are the most popular social media networks that are sending traffic to you? So social media is a big concept or it's an umbrella concept. Social media network. So Facebook is a social media network. Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, these are the social media networks. So social media networks is social media website which are the top performing social media networks. So here you can see YouTube is the top performing social media network, 92%, followed by Facebook, Google Groups, Quora and Reddit. So now, if you want to run a campaign on social media websites, which website will you choose to run your campaign on? On which website will you bet your money? YouTube. Perfect. The reason is I'm already getting more than 90% of traffic from YouTube. I will bet my money on YouTube, which is the most popular shared content on your website. You can go on shared URL. These are the most popular shared URLs on your website. If you want to go into the details, you can go through the available options under the social reports. Okay, there were few questions. Let me take those questions. We are approaching the end of the session. In 3 minutes, the session ends. So I'm going to share a feedback link with you guys. Please go ahead and provide your feedback. Meanwhile, I'm answering the questions which were raised. How does Google track our social media presence? No, Ravi, Google is not tracking your social media presence, but what it is tracking is the social media website who are sending you traffic. It's not tracking your YouTube channel, but it's tracking visits coming from youtube.com. It's not tracking your Facebook fan page, it's tracking your visits coming from facebook.com. How it gets the data? Okay, so when a person, let me click on this link, YouTube shop by brand. I'm going to click on this link. When you get redirected to website, the browser sends this information on this page, like what was the referrer. So if you go to console and type s.referrer, sorry, document.referrer, not s dot, or windows.referrer, then you will get this information. Referrer is https://google.com. Google Analytics also does the same job. It types this or it captures the information available here. https www.google.com. So the referrer is google.com. What is Google? Organic search. So it classifies it under organic search. Clear? While you guys are providing feedback, please ask me questions also. This is your Q&A session. Feedback done, says Rajesh. Thank you so much. So what are we going to discuss next week? We will start with campaign tracking, how to track the campaigns. Then we will jump on to the behavior and the conversion reports. The most important behavior reports we will go through. The most important conversion reports we will go through. Okay, Santosh, I will quickly explain what is not set. For a detailed explanation, you can browse through the record or the recorded video. So, if Google Analytics is not able to capture, say for example, city information, from which city this particular person came from. Bangalore. If I am accessing this website from Bangalore, it will classify me under Bangalore. But what if it is not able to identify from which city I came from? City information is not available to Google. It will do a not set on you. Not set means information not available. Name of the city from which Ashish is accessing the Google merchandising store is not available. So I will get classified under a bucket called as not set. Clear? Cool guys. So let us connect next week. Please come at 9:30 so that we can start the session on time and we can extend our Q&A session accordingly. So there was a question, I forgot who that was, but what is session quality? Session quality refers to how close this particular session was to making a purchase. So the session's quality score is given like 1 to 100. How close your session was to making a purchase. 100 means he was very close. on the purchase page. One means he was not so close, or he was most away from making a purchase. Maybe he was on the home page. You do not have access to session quality score by default. If you have more than 1000 transaction in last 7 days, then this report will be made available to you. For other, it will not.